The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday. And you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that cagey outlaw, that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. This is where we recap what came through the door, what came through the mail, what I found in stores, and we call it weekly purchases. But we always start off weekly purchases with the question of the week, but also a recap of the week that was here on the channel. But let's kick it off first with, of course, we are in the month of May now. Oh, May, how close to June, and of course, June is my birthday month. Oh, yes, happy birthday to me. But the May Patreon giveaway this month is the ultimate. It's the ultimate giveaway. Ultimate Warrior, the latest Ultimate Edition of the Ultimate Warrior, is the giveaway for the month of May on the Patreon channel. Of course, Patreon, your best way to support the channel and all of the content here on the channel. And the Ultimate Warrior, of course, my all-time favorite, as you guys do know. We also got a special little video series going up on Patreon as we're filming this. I do have my t-shirt collection videos, long requested videos, probably the most requested outside of figure tours on my channel is, could you do a tour of all the t-shirts you wear? I got my Ole Anderson shirt on here today. But everyone wants to see the t-shirts. I said, okay, we'll make some videos. I grabbed my wife. I said, help me out with this. And I think we filmed about 10 videos so far with more to come. And I'm going to start putting those up on the old Patreon channel. So if you want to see that, you want to see what my wife and I are up to, talking all things t-shirt collection, check out that on the old Patreon channel. But let's dive into the week that was here on this very YouTube channel. Make sure you do subscribe. Of course, I always do say we did hit 29,000 subscribers on the channel this week. So kudos to all you guys. Thanks for everybody for subscribing to this channel. Dangerously close now to 30,000 subscribers. I think we got to do a giveaway for 30,000. We'll probably do that on Twitter or Instagram, something like that. So be on the lookout. Once we hit 30,000 subscribers, we will do a special giveaway. So more to come on that on this very YouTube channel. But this week, it was all about wrestling. It really felt that way, as I had a lot of wrestling figures come through the door and that we unboxed here on the channel. As this week, we did kick off the week with a Mattel Reveals video. Of course, WWE.com showed some new reveals of action figures. Well, I did a video breaking all those down, so check out that video if you missed that. Then it was time to get into the Ultimate Edition madness and got a special thanks to Mattel. Once again, they sent me an early copy of the brand new Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes figures. Very appreciative to get that one. But I did unbox Cody Ultimate Edition, the Mattel Creations exclusive. We unboxed that on the channel. If you missed that, check out that video. And speaking of Ultimates, we unboxed Andre the Giant and Seth Rollins on the channel this week. Both of their Ultimate Edition figures. Very good figures there. Both of them very good figures. Basic action, we unboxed Candice LeRae and Toxic Attraction. Of course, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane from NXT. So a little ladies' night basic unboxing on the channel this week. Elite Series 102, finally through the door. We unboxed all of those on the channel as well. And then we also did a Hurricane Helms top 5 this week for our Thursday top 5 tradition. Tuesday tradition, well over 3 years right now. Jack's Classic Superstars, breaking down everything and anything Jack's Classic Superstars. Did a video on those this week, so check out that one. Then we did some He-Man stuff. Masters Universe Revelations, Sorceress, a very good figure, unboxed that one. He Skeletor, a little bit of a controversial one, the Mattel Creations exclusive, we unboxed that. The Mighty Duplico, one of the rarest figures going right now. It's going to be interesting to see how that that story. Will Duplico finish the story like a young Cody Rhodes? Will we find him at retail, at mass retail? I guess we'll stay tuned on old Duplico in the future, but we unboxed him on the channel. NECA Universal Monsters Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mashup crossover figure of course, Casey Jones this week on the channel, so I unboxed that one. A very cool one. Better than expected. A very awesome figure. Check out that review if you did miss that. We did do the entire X-Men Build-A-Figure wave, the old Chode Build-A-Figure wave. Unboxed all those and ranked and reviewed all that fun stuff. Another good X-Men wave from the Hasbro team. Very happy to have that one in my collection. And then we finished it up with a little bit of McFarlane toys this week. We did the Batman King Tut Two-Face Batman 66 unboxings. Go to your local Target. You can probably find those if you're looking for those. And then I did a little take two. You guys saw me melt down on that Vampire Batman McFarlane toy as it crumpled into dust right before my hands at the table. We gave it a second shot. I said, okay, we're going to buy another one. I'm going to buy another one of these. I'm going to give it another chance, and luckily this one didn't break my heart. So I was very happy that that worked out. A very cool line. Bring on Superman into that line. I'm here for that one. So a very, very busy week on the channel, but they're always busy weeks on the channel. They're even busier over on the old Patreon channel for even more videos over there, as I always do say. Something like 150 plus videos that are not on traditional YouTube over there. So a lot of stuff going on. It's from the James Brown of YouTube, the hardest working man in show business is old James Brown. I'm the hardest working man in the action figure game, I guess. Self-proclaimed, at least. So there you go. Now we got to dive into the Jonathan Frakes question of the week.
Would you display this as a trophy?
Jonathan this week brings up a great question. Would I display that or antlers in general as far as in my house, or as a trophy in my house, I guess? And I would say probably not that one, because that's about as big as a car. But I don't know where I would put it. I don't know if the wife would like it in the bedroom, the living room, the kids' room, maybe the formal dining room. That might be a centerpiece there, but I wouldn't probably display that as a trophy. I'm not a hunter. I don't think I've ever went hunting. I think my grandpa took me fishing when I was like in kindergarten once, and that was about it. So I'm not really an angler. I'm not a hunter and a fisherman, so I wouldn't have any trophies like that around. I do have a cool pair of like antlers from a cow, like a steer. Is that what they're called? A steer with the big old antlers. I got that up in my office in my house. You guys have seen that in my collector's tour. I just thought that was a really cool piece. It was from my father-in-law's house, and when he died, it was in there, and they said I could have it. I was like, awesome, I'll take this. So I put that up in my office. I kind of want to put it, of course, I have a Jeep Wagoneer. Oh, what a ride, the old Jeep Wagoneer. I always thought it'd be cool to have some antlers on the front of that. But maybe I'll put those one day, or maybe if I get this from Jonathan Frakes, I'd put that up there. But I'm not a big trophy guy. I'm not a big hunter guy as far as that goes. Be interested to hear from you guys. Would you display like antlers or something like that, or a bison head in your house? I think it would be really cool. It would just have to fit the room is what it would have to do for me. But I'm not against hunting. I'm not for hunting. I don't care. If you want to go hunt, you got your permits, go for it. Knock yourself out. But it's not really for me. But an interesting question nonetheless. Now we're going to dive into it. We got to dive into the weekly purchases. All right, let's dive into the old weekly purchases, and I got to start off with a little shout out, a little special thank you to the Foreign Objects Instagram feed. Go check them out. Subscribe, follow along on Instagram, of course, Foreign Objects. A lot of Char Pros up there, Cara Pros, Character Pros, Char Pros. You know what I mean. But they do specialize in those, and I have picked up, and they've helped me find a few Terry Funks over the years. Been talking with them a little bit lately, saying, you know, I might need the 4 pillars in my collection. We'll see what happens. But I really feel like as much time I invested in high school watching the 4 pillars, tape trade and stuff, I feel like I need them represented in my collection. And the Mattel line's not going to get them anytime soon, so I guess I'll maybe get the Cara Pros, Chara Pros, eventually. But I got to give a special shout out as they did send me a little t-shirt this week. Very cool take on the old Andre Obey shirt. It is, of course, Misawa, one of the pillars, as we all know. Misawa, the late, great Misawa. Man, if you don't know about the All Japan Pro Wrestling back in the day, that glorious time in the 90s, ooh, check those matches out. You'll be bowled over for sure. And they also sent a nice Misawa sticker. I really like this one here. I'm going to put this up in my office. So very cool. Special shout out to them as well. Now let's get into some more of these weekly purchases here this week. And as I did talk about a lot of wrestling this week, and I got ahead of it. I was actually not a lot of travel for me this week. So a couple nights this week, I got to do some unboxings, kind of get ahead and give me a little cushion, as I do have some travels coming up very soon. But we did get a few of the different ones this week from 102. We got Austin Theory. We got Austin Theory again, looking like he's straight out of Little People Big World. We got Rhea Ripley, of course. We got Edge. Very interesting Edge figure. My boy Gunther, of course. We know Gunther. I added the Intercontinental title belt to him, of course, as well. Sami Zayn. Everybody loves some Sami Zayn. And then, of course, Commissioner Foley. So we got the whole Elite 102 lineup. Unboxed every single one of these figures. And then, of course, unboxed the Austin Theory Chase. Then did the ranking and review. So check out that video to see where I put these in order. You can do it your same in the comments down below. Speaking of figures, Toxic Attraction this week. Got JC Jane, got Gigi Dolan, looking good right there. Talked about it earlier as well. The Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes looking good from Mattel. They sent that this week. A lot of people are saying they like the Supreme one better from AEW. I kind of broke it down in that video. I said, here's what I like better from AEW. Here's what I like better from Mattel. And that's how I go. I guess that's how I broke it down in my video. Because there is some good with this. There's also some bad. Same thing with the Supreme. And we broke down every inch of that as well on that video. Seth Rollins Ultimate Edition. We did that this week. Very good Seth Rollins. It is the best Seth Rollins figure of all time, at least as of filming right now. A very cool one. And I forgot Andre is in the old photo room, but I did get Andre the Giant Ultimate Edition, as you guys saw this week as well on the channel. So very cool with that. Then to finish up round number 1 of weekly purchases here, gonna have to clear all these loosies off to the side. Gotta give a special shout out to my old buddy Dougie. Dougie, you're down the road from me. We both sent in our figures for this, and it did come back. He did get it to me. It is Ultimate Edition Ric Flair autographed. How about that? An autographed Ric Flair for the collection. You guys know, long-term viewers of the channel here know, I am not a big autograph guy. I'm not a huge autograph for whatever reason. I'd rather have a photo with somebody, in all honesty. But I do have a few. I have the Terry Funks of the world autographed. I have an Ultimate Warrior autograph, Ric Flair. And I said, you know, some of my favorite tippy-top guys, I should get an autograph figure of. And it's funny, my brain works that I have to have this Ric Flair mint without autograph, and then now I have one with autograph as well. I can't have the autographed one as my only mint on card one. Crazy collector brain, that's the way it works from time to time. But happy to have the Nature Boy. Say what you want about him. So many years of enjoyment from his wrestling career for little Kyle, and who are we fooling, old Kyle as well. Had to have a Ric Flair autograph in my collection. I figured no better than, of course, the Ultimate Edition. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Let me move some stuff around. We'll dive in to round number 2. All right, let's dive into part 2 of weekly purchases. Let's finish this one off in a very varied week this week. A lot of different stuff from a lot of different toy lines in the weekly purchases. But this week, if you saw my figure hunt video, hopefully you checked that out. See a little Emma's concert, see a little bit of stores out there. But I did come across this for the first time at retail. I found King Hiss, of course, Masters Universe Origins. I do have 3 of these now, as I have 1 mint on card. I'll have a loose one that looks like the human form, and now I can have a loose one in the snake form as well. So I needed all 3 versions for whatever reason in my collection, but now I'm complete on my King Hiss. Now I gotta give a special shout out to Carlos. Carlos runs a Masters Universe Origins Facebook page out there. Good brother number 1. He helps me a lot, alerts me to different stuff that's going up for pre-order and on sale and stuff. I really do appreciate him, and he knew I missed out on Paul Mart a couple of weeks ago on some of the WWE superstars and a few other things, and he bought extra and said, hey, you need some help here, I can help you out. And at the time, Paul Mart was not restocking, very hit and miss with them, of course, and he did send these to me. I, of course, paid for them, but it was very good of him to help reach out to me. Gotta have some help out there from time to time, but he did help me get the Rick Rude WWE Superstars figure. And Earthquake as well. Gonna have to have many of this Earthquake, as he is a 2-in-1 figure. But did get Rick Rude, did get Earthquake right here through the door this week. Very happy to have those in the collection. But that's not all. He also gave me a good brother price on this one. Very, very nice of Carlos out there. I did get my mint unpunched Duplico. You guys know I've been hunting for this one. We unboxed him last week on the channel. I had that beat up one I found at a Walmart store. Now the Duplico madness, at least for me, is over, I should say. Very happy, very appreciative. Shout out once again to Carlos there. I do think eventually Duplico, he's got to hit everywhere, doesn't he? We'll see what happens. I guess the future will tell us where Duplico will rise again from. So there you go. How about Hasbro Pulse? Really messing up this week, Hasbro Pulse. What are we doing of the week goes to Hasbro Pulse. I did get my Storm Shadow Retro G.I. Joe figure. Very, very cool. And I did get the Zartan this week. So very happy to have these. Unfortunately, they throw them in a small box and they bent the whole top right over. So really breaking at the top here. If you're a mint on card person, these are already thin enough. You don't need any extra help damaging them. Unfortunately, absolutely trash for a mint on card collector. Luckily, I am opening these up, but I have since said, you know what, I was going to be a double up club. I was going to be a mint on card collector of this line. It's just so hard to find good cards on these. I said, you know what, I'm going to save my money. I'm not going to do it, so I'm just going to be a loosey guy on these going forward. But I did get Storm Shadow and Zartan. Happy to have those in the collection. Now, here's what I've been playing that long game. I've been looking for one of these for about a year now at a good price, and I actually found this one cheaper mint on card than I've been able to find him recently loose. So I pulled the trigger on this. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to unbox him, but it was the last missing piece of the puzzle in my Jack's Classic Superstars Deluxe Classic line. It is the Pro Figures exclusive Shawn Michaels. So I finally got a version to unbox to have loose in my collection. Now I have a loose set and a mint on card set. How about that? History at the table here today. Very happy to have this figure off the big checklist. One of my most wanted figures finally done. So very happy to have that one out of the way, I guess we'll call it. You guys saw in my hunt this week, and I did this last week at my house, and I showed it on my Instagram and other things. Check it out on my social media. Make sure you're following along, of course, I always do say. But I took that Andre the Giant Ultimate Edition figure, popped the head off, and grabbed my basic Giant figure from WCW, popped that on there, and bam, all of a sudden you got WCW Giant Ultimate Edition. Now, I said to myself, gosh, I need to find another one of those Giant figures, and they're pretty hard to find. They're a couple years old. Well, Kyle took a work trip to the country, and lo and behold, there was multiples at my local, or not the local, but the local Walmart in the country had packs of these. So I got one. David C. Anderson needed a set. I needed an extra set to replace my basic Giant. Now I have one extra set, and I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I might save it for customs. I'm not exactly sure, but a very cool set from back in the day. What year did this come out? 2020 this came out, so crazy to see that there was 3 of them on the peg still. Pick these up for a rainy day, but very happy to have that Showdown pack. Love it. If you can afford it, if you want it, if you need it, a perfect Giant custom, I do recommend that if you're in the mood to do something like that. Big Bad Toy Store coming through this week. Ant-Man and the Wasp as I slowly kind of work my way through this set. Another Marvel Legends set out there from, of course, the movie. Have not seen the movie, but I hear it's coming to Disney Plus fairly soon, so I'll probably watch it on Disney Plus. But we got 2 more for that wave. I already unboxed. They've been on Patreon for a while. Was Crossfire, Egghead, and Future Ant-Man. Unboxed those maybe a week and a half ago or something. They'll eventually be on traditional YouTube. These will take the place of that one, probably. I did pick up a double set here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these quite yet here, but of course it is the WrestleMania Elite set. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hitman Hart, right there. And then, of course, we got AJ Styles and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, this was very cheap, and I picked up the entire set just because I wanted the Vince McMahon Build-A-Figure. I'm going to not use that Vince head. I'm going to do something else, a little homemade custom action. So I bought it for that because it was cheaper than buying the Vince Build-A-Figure by itself to get these. So now I'm going to have extras of these. I don't know if I just give these away in the Patreon. We do it as the 30,000 giveaway. I give away this set minus the Build-A-Figure. I don't know, but I'll probably end up giving these away or something like that, and I'll just have to figure it out. But I needed the Vince McMahon, got doubles of all these guys I definitely clearly do not need, so we'll see where that goes from there. So more to come on that set. And then a good brother over there, DJC Collectibles, I buy a lot of stuff from them because they get a lot of stuff really, really early. So always love that, always good prices over there. So I did pick up this week. You guys know I guess I'm all in on the Popeye collection. Got old Popeye Series 2, the boss fight. Oh, you got to have Wimpy. You got to have Wimpy. You got the Sea Hag as well. And then, of course, the final piece of the puzzle. What is this? Poop Deck Pappy. Oh, my gosh. Some of the craziest unboxings we do on the channel here is reading the back of Popeye's journal in Popeye speak. It is just, I just have a hard time not cracking up doing it. So we'll see. I'm going to try to see if I can get my dad. He hasn't been over in a while. He enjoys some Popeye. He dabbles in some Popeye. So I might say, hey, Dad, you interested in unboxing these? It's a 50-50 chance. We'll see what happens. But I might see if my dad will join me for some Popeye unboxings here on the channel. So there it is. I'm looking around. Doesn't look like I got anything else going on. So that was the weekly purchases this week. A lot of good stuff through the door every single week. We'll be unboxing these things very soon. Of course, earlier for you guys on the Patreon and gals too. Of course, don't forget about the Ultimate Warrior Patreon giveaway for the month. Getting dangerously close to 30,000 subscribers. I mean a lot if you subscribe. We're getting close. When we do hit 30,000 subscribers, we'll do a giveaway of some kind. We'll do some kind of big giveaway. That's a nice milestone for the channel here. So check that out. Check out. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. You made it this far. You might as well. And then, of course, don't forget social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling into another work week. I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.